It's Talking Habs pregame show before every Montreal Canadiens hockey game. Game preview, lineups, the Guess the Score contest, good hockey talk, and more. Get your questions ready with your host, Rick Seligman. Go Habs, go! Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. I don't even know where to go today. It's a tough day. It was a tough day yesterday on a couple of fronts. COVID really hit our family. Lost a family member to COVID a couple of days ago. Found out yesterday. So, kind of a heavy day for me. Also tore the shit out of my knee yesterday again. So it was a bit of a tough day. We got a game. Maybe hockey will take my mind off it. So we got the game between the Montreal Canadiens. They're in Minnesota to take on the Wild. First game against his former team for Rem Pitlick. I will have a game preview for you here. And I don't have much else because it's just been a day. I didn't see anything out there when I was gathering information. And it's just been like I said, a weird day. But we're here and we're going to do a game tonight. So I'll just say hi to everybody. How about start with that? Daryl Adams, Luc Prefontaine on the bus going home. Yes, there's a game tonight. It's an 8 p.m. start. They're in Minnesota tonight. Hey Andre, how's it going? Let's see. Daryl says I can see Toffoli and Anderson and Price stay with the Habs unless Allen wants to stay, but can see Sherratt leaving. Yeah, Sherratt. Actually, a lot of talk today about Sherratt. Something like very high in demand. Sherratt and Lehkonen, very high in demand right now, and it's heating up with Sherratt. Sherratt might move sooner than later. Not up to Allen whether he wants to stay or doesn't want to stay. Really, it's not. He's got a contract. They can keep him, and it's up to Carey Price, really. He's got the no movement clause, so it's up to him if he stays or goes, kind of. And So ask away. I'll take a couple of questions and then I'll do the preview for the game tonight. Hey, NRTAP, how's it going? Could be better. I could walk. I could be able to walk. That would be nice. I tore my knee coming home yesterday, going up the stairs, carrying something. I tore my right knee a good bit worse. I don't know, it's swollen, all that. I don't know how bad. Anyway, can't walk really right now. So other than that, and I had COVID hit the family pretty hard, first time, and it's pretty sad. So I'm in the mood. But show must go on. I will by the time the game's on, we'll get into the game and I'll be fine now. I'm going to do the preview here. So bear with me and I'll be okay. Life stuff sometimes. Thanks, Enertap. Appreciate that. I don't know if you guys have seen, I have my Stanley Cup here, this Stanley Cup. I have that about 14 years, and the dude that passed, he made that 14 years ago for all the men in the family. So, yeah. And not that I was like super close to the guy, but he was a really nice dude. You know, I'm out of the family for a while now, but he was just a really nice dude and 34 years old. That's all. Really sad. I'm on LTIR. I'm on IR anyway. I don't know. The swelling in the knee will go down. It's a little better today than it was last night. Not by much. So, 3, 4, 5 days off my feet, basically, and should be okay. But for now, Eric, the Wild are a good team, so 4-2 for Montreal. With Suzuki getting the goal, according to Bay-Bye. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have I kind of think they're going to lose tonight. It's a good team they're playing against. They've had 3 really good games where they've gotten points, and just the law of averages with the way this team's been going so far this season kind of points to a loss tonight. But you never know. They're playing better. I don't know who's in nets tonight. I have the lineup here. I didn't look at it though, so I don't know. It's either Suzuki. Suzuki's in nets. It's either Primo or McNiven, but I kind of doubt McNiven's gonna, you know. Yeah, Andre. It's I'm not. He was one of the unlucky ones, right? He was vaxxed and all that, and just you never know if you're that person. That's the whole thing, right? You never know if you're that person. The majority of people, though, it's usually not a problem in general, especially if you're vaxxed. So I get all that. Beba, yeah, I agree. Primo will probably get the start tonight. I don't know yet. I'll do the preview in a minute. I'm assuming it's him. I don't think they want to give McNiven anything if they can avoid it. So he's not happy. He wants out. I don't know that they're going to play him. They don't have to. I've heard nothing about Montembeau's injury though, so I don't know. All right, let's go to the. Let's do the preview. So the game tonight, Montreal at Minnesota. Montreal is 8-25-7, 23 points, 8th in the Atlantic. The Wild are 24-10-3, 51 points, 4th in the Central. How to watch this game tonight? Start time is at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central. Sportsnet in Canada, Sportsnet in English, and in Canadiens region, RDS in French. In the U.S., BSN and BSWI. Streaming ESPN Plus, NHL Live, RDS Direct, Sportsnet Now, and where I'm going to watch it, Sports Surge. Betting lines for tonight: spread. If you're taking Montreal or for Montreal, plus 1.5 gives you plus 120. For Minnesota, minus 1.5 gives you minus 140. Money line. If you're taking Montreal, plus 300. Minnesota, minus 370. Over under is 6.5 tonight. The over is plus 105. Under is minus 125. Last 10 games for each of these teams. Montreal 2-4-4 on an overtime loss streak of 2, and Minnesota 5-3-2 on a 2-game winning streak. Tail of the tape: scoring chances 4%, 46.9% for Montreal 25th, 50.1% for Wild 17th. Goals per game, 2.18 for Montreal, 32nd. 3.70 for Wild, that's 3rd in the league. Goals against per game, 3.65 for Montreal, 31st. 2.97 for the Wild, 17th. Power play percentage, 13.3% for Montreal, 31st. And 17.7% for the Wild, 21st. PK percentage, 73% for Montreal, 29th. 79.7% for the Wild, 16th. Head-to-head record last time they were able to play each other was 2019-20. 1-1-0 for both teams. Face-off percentage: Montreal 47.5%, 26th, and Minnesota 48.2%, 23rd. So not much better than Montreal. Goalies tonight on the Montreal side, neither of those two guys are playing. I don't know why the NHL. The website, they can't figure that out and put the goalies that'll play. Oh, my chain just fell off my arm. It's going to be Primo or McNiven. McNiven has 0 stats. I don't have Primo stats. On the other side, I don't know who's going to be. So Talbot, 15-8-1, 3.00 goals against, 909 save percentage, no shutouts. Kakkonen, 9-2-2, 2.48 goals against, 9.22 save percentage, no shutouts. Players to watch over the last 5 games: Nick Suzuki for points for Montreal, 5. Goals for Montreal: Dvorak with 2. Assists: Suzuki with 4. Plus minus: Clague with plus 3. For the Wild, points: Zuccarello with 10. Ryan Hartman with 3 goals. Zuccarello again with 7 assists. And Zuccarello again with a +8. Team leaders. For Montreal, goals leader, Nick Suzuki with 8 points. Nick Suzuki with 24. Time on ice, Ben Sherratt, 23-21. And wins, Jake Allen, 5. For the Wild, Ryan Hartman, 18 goals. Kaprizov, 47 points. Matt Dumba, time on ice, 23-42. And Cam Talbot with 15 wins. The current line, Montreal is on the road still, so their away record is 3-15-6. And Wild's home record is 13-3-1. Record versus the spread, Montreal 17-23-0. The Wild 20-17-0. Record versus over-under, Montreal 20-19-1. Minnesota 23-13-1. I did the versus the opponent. Last 10 games versus spread, 6-4-0 for Montreal, 5-5-0 for Minnesota. And last 10 game versus over-under, 5-4-1 for Montreal, 6-3-1 for Minnesota. Habs lineup. Primos and Nets. Suzuki in between Toffoli and Lehkonen. Dvorak in between Dauphin and Hoffman. Evans in between Pitlick and Anderson. Paling in between Pezzetta and Paquette. Sherratt and Savard pairing 1. Kulak Petrie pairing 2. Romanov Weidman pairing 3. Primo starting. Niku still scratched. Allen lower body injury. Gallagher lower body injury. Perreault undisclosed. Edmondson undisclosed. Drouin upper body. Montembeault upper body. So we know it's an upper body. COVID, Armia and Caulfield still out. For the Wild, Hartman in between Kaprizov and Zuccarello. Eriksson Ek in between Greenway and Foligno. Gaudreau, it's Frederick Gaudreau, not Johnny, in between Boldy and Fiala. Sturm in between Dewar and Duhaime. And you got Goligoski and Spurgeon as pairing 1. Kulikov and Dumba pairing 2. Merrill and Ben pairing 3, 2 ex-Habs. Cambit starting. Victor Rask and Kalen Addison scratched and injured. Jonas Brodin upper body and Nick Bukestad upper body. And there you go. That's the preview. Let's see, where was I? On Canadian site, it is Primo starting. Yeah, well, I got to the lineup, so I had it. I just hadn't looked at it. I just copied it like screenshot. I didn't really look at it when I was doing that earlier today. So yeah, this was my mom's. Started wearing it again today. The clasp isn't great, so I got to be careful. And it came off while I was here. So I got to go get that fixed. So whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm here for another, easily 20 minutes. And we'll go from there. And then we got the game at 8. It's a little later start than usual, but not that bad. 8 o'clock. So we'll see. Montreal can keep up their point streak. They've got a 3-game point streak with a win and 2 overtime losses. And we'll see what happens with that. They are playing better. There's no doubt about that. They're playing a lot better. I mean, I agree, but don't you think it's going to be... Well, at some point, also, you got to look at it this way. If they're rebuilding, at some point, they're moving players. So it's not necessarily... On some guys, they might lose a bit in the trade. And why is that okay for them? Because it's not Bergevin having to admit, he made a mistake and whatever. These guys have no loyalty to these players in general, right? As far as moving them and all that. So if they didn't sign them, they can move them. I hope they don't move too many guys at a loss. But it could happen, kind of. They're going to have to move some contracts out because some of the deals they're going to make, they're probably going to take in some contracts that aren't great. So to make, to get what they want in the deal. I'm sure it's going to happen, at least with 1 or 2 players. Watch and see. And so, you got to move out the bad contracts or the contracts, the older guys. Although they haven't announced anything about what they're doing. All I know is I hear Sherratt is highly in demand. Teams looking to get him now, not wait. So I imagine they're doing that. And apparently Lehkonen, um, it's a rumor still, but apparently Lehkonen is also just about as highly sought after as Sherratt is right now. Where they're even talking about, and it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but they're talking about getting a first round pick for Lehkonen. So like if you can get if they do move Lehkonen, you get a first round pick for Lehkonen. You move Sherratt, get a first rounder for Sherratt. You can hold on to Toffoli, and they might hold on to Toffoli as for the leadership and all that. Yeah, Enter I would keep Lecky personally, but I mean, if he's that highly sought after, and you're going to get a first rounder for Lehkonen, I think you might even have to say it's dumb if you don't. But we'll see. Galley, I think, will go. Galley's injured right now, so until he comes back, but I think he's back. I didn't see anything. I heard he's back with the team practicing maybe today, so he should be back anytime. I don't know anything about the games on Thursday and Saturday and Sunday. They're home games. Don't know if they're going to happen or not. I've been looking to see if I can find any announcement. I haven't found any announcement about those games. So if they're postponed, it means that Montreal will have a 15-day break because after these next 3 games, after that, their next game would be the 8th of February. So if these don't come off, they're off till then. Yeah. X3J, I know. But, he made a play last night. I think it was last night. It was pretty incredible. Coming through the zone or behind the net. He was coming through behind the net, and he made this little pass between his legs up at the goalie when it went in off the goalie's leg and into the net. It was a no-look thing. I'm not sure he was doing that exactly. He was trying to pass to a guy in the slot, but anyway, the point is he came in and you could see the thinking there, the quick thinking. Everyone thought he was going to go around the net, maybe try a wraparound or something, and he just did that. It paid off. It's the quick processing. I've seen Nick Suzuki do it a few times. Do I think he's overrated? Depends. If you think he's definitely a number one center, he might not be. That's probably his ceiling, but he's still going to be a good player, the Suzuki caliber or better, in my opinion. So, is he overrated? I don't know. Anyways, there's a clip out there of that play. Pretty nice. Some of the experts want to say, well, he was luck. He didn't know where the goalie was and all that. But as he went past the goalie to go behind the net, the goalie grabbed his arm for a second. He knew exactly where that goalie was. He knew what he was doing, but the result wasn't what he was planning. I think he was hoping to get it past and to the guy at the in the slot, and everybody was going to go to the other side of the net because they thought he's going to swing around there. But it hit the guy and went in. It happens. I still think it's great hockey IQ, vision. All right. I heard Anderson was asked to submit 8 teams he wanted to go to, but that means nothing as they all may be asked the same thing. I mean, that's only if Anderson has a no movement, no trade clause of some sort. I don't. Are we still here? Sorry, guys. I did a stupid thing. This is an amazing. I hit the cat friendly without opening up a new window and didn't realize it till after. So he has a modified no trade clause. I told you my brain's somewhere else tonight. What a great service, though. It doesn't throw me off. If that was on YouTube, this it would have been gone. I had to put up a new. This one doesn't take you out of there. It's amazing. StreamYard's fantastic. So sorry about that. Yeah, so he has a modified no trade clause. That's why they might have asked him. Maybe they're going to try. I hope they don't trade Anderson. And besides, you heard, it doesn't mean that it's actually happened. These are rumors, a lot of rumors flying around. Enter tap, I haven't heard that one yet, so that's new to me. Sherratt to Florida for Vetrano. Dennis, I heard that one. I saw that one, the Sherratt one. Weidman and McNiven to Edmonton for Xavier Bourgault. That one didn't seem right to me. I thought Bourgault was like a top prospect. They're saying Weidman maybe will get us 2 picks. Not high ones, but still 2 picks. Really? Get rid of him. Allen to Winnipeg for 2023 first. Allen being out for 8 weeks, though, that's going to be hard to pull off until he comes back. Boy, yeah, that's it. Nobody knows till the deals happen. We won't know. More often than not, we hear something, and what actually happens, not even close to what we heard. So it is what it is. Deals will happen. Deals will be made. Guys are going to move. We'll find out soon. But apparently, Sherratt, that one's heating up, they say. Sherratt and Lehkonen. Everyone's all over that. Make sure I don't do that stupidity again with the window, because that happens. Shouldn't. And yeah, I don't know. I guess I got nothing else in here. I thought I had something. Yeah, it is fun speculating. It's fun. I do some of it. I don't do it all the time. My channel would probably do better if I did tons of speculating. But I don't do it. Babe, exactly. Just like we are, they're more often than not, they're wrong. Darcy, I don't know that anybody called right a McDavid at all. So I don't know. I don't know that he's been overhyped that much, but because he's not generational. I don't think anyone's calling him a generational player. They're saying from what at first, you hear that, got to have him. He's the number 1 center. He might have the number 1 center in him. That's his ceiling, but most people are agree his floor is probably Suzuki level. So still a great pick. I wouldn't mind having Wright and Suzuki as 1A, 1B till maybe something better. Anyway. I don't know. They said he's like a Joe Thornton. Not bad. I hope he wins, though. I want a Joe Thornton who can actually win. So if that's okay, if that's what we're getting, yeah. If we're getting Joe Thornton and his winning career, no, I don't think so. I hope not. Comparison with Wright have been Bergeron, and that's his hockey hero is Bergeron. And same with Suzuki. We got 2 players like that. It's not a bad thing. NHL 22 goal horns. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. Everything is. You should have written something there, unless that's a sticker. I don't know, but it's from the Leafs guy. So, but thanks, appreciate that. Some NHL 22 hype in the room, and some dono hype if you don't mind, peoples. And you see, just for that $1, he gets into the draw to win a Montreal hat. Imagine if the Maple Leaf guy wins the Montreal hat. I'd be afraid what he might do with it. Well, they protect. Sorry, not protect. They compare players all the time. Keep the money for jerseys. Thanks. Don't worry, you still get in the draw, buddy. Coming up soon, though. I think one of the afternoon games, Super Bowl weekend. Going to do that because my birthday is the following Monday, and I'm going to be. It's pretty much confirmed. I'm going to be on the JoePhobe podcast live in studio over there on my birthday on the 14th. Hopefully, you guys will check that out. I'll promote it a little bit more as we get closer. No, you hope for better, Entertap, but I mean, if he's the best in the draft, which we won't really know for sure for 5 years, but I mean, if he is, then there isn't better. You got to get what you get. We could just to say, you know what, we won the first. We'd like to have that next year. Just get somebody else that we'll take it next year. That would be great if we could do that. Defer it a year. The Oilers are trying to tank. Yeah, I doubt that though. You don't tank when you got McDavid and Draisaitl. They compared Caulfield to Messi. You mean Lionel Messi, the soccer player, or the footballer? First of all, two different sports. I don't know how you're going to compare that. Yeah, every time you pick high up like that, you're expecting a number one center. A third overall pick should be a big talent. Hopefully this year we get that. So far we're on pace for it. We'll see if it lasts. Hang on. Oh, let's see. I'm on for another 10 minutes. I should put this up. And where was I? Here. Anyway, hoping for a good game tonight. I don't know that I want them to win, but hey, if they win, they win. I'll be happy with a win because I'm watching it. But I don't know where they are in the standings. I didn't have the bottom 5 there. They got a little bit of room. They can go into overtime again and lose. Yeah, and I off the top of my head, I say no. I wouldn't give up on Caulfield just yet. And I don't know, like to say that another team that complements his style better. This team's going to go through a rebuild, so you don't know that this team won't complement his style better. Especially with the way they're talking, they want an exciting team, quick with the puck, that kind of stuff. That would complement Caulfield. So no, I would hang on to. I wouldn't trade him. He's not really a full untouchable for me. I'll stick by what I said, but I mean, I wouldn't go out of my way to trade him. Well, of course, Bedard would be a better pick, but he's next year, so that's for next year. Yeah, you hang on to Caulfield. If you're rebuilding, you rebuild around players like that. Right? If you develop them right. Oh, I'm getting through. half an hour in, so I'm about another 10 minutes. You're not giving up on him, but Cole Perfetti? Why Cole Perfetti? Because Cole Perfetti's playing in the NHL and he's scoring a little bit more. I don't know. We got one. I'd keep him. Maritime, no. Connor Bedard's next year. Dida. Will Pitlick score against his former team? That is the question. That's a good question. I know he wants to. I'm sure he probably even has some money up on the board for whoever gets the winning goal. Yeah, I don't know. It's too hard to say. Anatap, we're going to find out in the next few years what Caulfield's ceiling will be. Maritime, no, I don't know. He's playing mostly wing, so I don't know that he's taken a ton of faceoffs. Hey, Habs Guru, how's it going? I like Pitlick. I like him. I like the stuff he says in his interviews. I like this kid to succeed here. That would be cool. I don't know that he's a top 6 player necessarily, but I would like to see him. There's just something about him that I like. He's getting a really good opportunity here. Let's see if he can take advantage of it. Hopefully I don't fall asleep. I didn't sleep last night. I think I might have got an hour of sleep last night. So it's going to be a trying night, I'm telling you. It's been a doozer of 2 days. So hopefully Matt will be in to do the play-by-play for the game. I'm hoping. I don't hear anything about it, though. But I didn't check with him, but I'm hoping he'll be here tonight. It'll make for a better show. By the way, 32 people here. That's pretty good. Thanks. Please give a thumbs up while you're here. I appreciate that. And I apologize. I'm a little low energy. Sorry. It's not usually like this. It's not usually like this. Pitlick will basically take over for Lecky, but with more offensive potential. Yeah, I imagine that's a good way. Like I don't know that for sure, but I mean that's a just good way to look at it. He may allow them to move Lecky, especially if he's in such demand. I mean, if you're getting a first-round pick for him, and they're saying even first-round plus, like I don't see it, but maybe you got to do that. But Pitlick doesn't have the proven offense of a Toffoli. Yes, he's young. It's his first season in the NHL. But, yeah, Toffoli's a little bit on the slow side. Hey, Jean-Claude, how's it going? Been a long time. How are you? Good to see you in here. On this, I don't know, auspiciously bad day. Oh, here goes my dog barking in a sec. Well, she didn't hear it. I heard the dog barking outside. My dog did not. Aren't we lucky? Hey, Ryan. You kind of think so, right? Because, I mean, in the end, if you're rebuilding, that's the kind of deals you got to move. Can we replace Lehkonen? In all likelihood, we can in a rebuild and all that. So if you're going to get that kind of a return for him, you kind of, it's a hard offer to turn down. I think, you take the best offer. He's an RFA. He doesn't have any control over where he goes. Why Enertap? Because they're going into a rebuild. So the lack of offense for years, I mean, does it really matter? They're going to build that new offense. So, if you can get a great return, If not, and you're looking for his leadership, and he kind of said he wants to stay. I think you can keep him just as well. Contract's not hard to swallow. I mean, 2 years left at $4.25 million is nothing. So, but yeah, if the return is really good, that's what they're that might be what they're looking for. The Hockey Writers have Montreal with 17th best farm system, Pittsburgh 32nd. We were 10th. Well, wait a second. We were 10th or 17th? Toffoli for Miller on the Vancouver Canucks. Canucks just hired Emily Castonguay as assistant GM. First woman hired for that. So. Did I see how many chat? Yeah, problem with Lecky is he can't pull the trigger often enough, right? So. Beba, yeah, it's a good hire for Vancouver. They're doing the same thing. They got a player agent. She's a player agent, so they're going that way. I didn't expect her to get the job. But once you got Hughes in, he's a former player agent. I don't know that you want your assistant GM to also be a player agent. You want to look for a little more diversity there. Now it's funny I said diversity because she's a woman, but. Mostly a defensive forward. He had 18 goals his first season, so he had potential to be more offensive, but he's definitely a 200-foot player, more on the defensive side. I've said it often about Lecky. You want to win a cup, you need players like him, and that's probably why he's so much apparently in demand, is teams that are contending teams need guys like Lecky. So I can see them moving him. Excuse me, another couple of minutes, and I'm out of here for 20 minutes. I'll be back for the game at 8. Game is at 8 o'clock tonight. Last game of the road trip, so they will be back in Montreal after this game. Whether they play on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, I don't know. I haven't heard any announcements either way yet. Yeah, he will fill a big need for a lot of teams, contending teams. You need players like Lehkonen. You want to win a cup, you need players like that. And he's a very smart defensive guy, so yeah, I just didn't think he'd be that as in demand as they're saying that he is. So imagine, our GM and our VP there, they're talking to teams. We could hear something happen soon enough. And our tap. I think you've asked me this before. Everybody has. Yeah. Luna, maybe next year. I mean, maybe. The other guys, no, disagreement, and they're not coming back. As per them, mostly. Peter, forget it. Peter, no matter what happens, Peter's not coming back. The other guys, I'm open to it, but I doubt they are. Sorry for shaking the screen. I'm shaking my leg a lot. My good one, not my bad one. Hey, Luca. Yeah, no, there you go, right? And I saw that about Goudreau anyway. But you're right. Tampa acquiring Blake Coleman and Barclay Goudreau. They gave up first-round picks for those guys. Lehkonen, much like, it's the same thing. And that's where you go, right? You win cups with those guys. You need those kind of guys. And Tampa got 2 of them. So, yeah, he could fetch something similar to that. That's what they're talking about anyways. I saw that today. Yeah, Ryan, I don't disagree with you on Gallagher, but Gallagher has said he doesn't know if he wants to stay through a rebuild. So he might be asking to go. So might not be, not that there's no option. They don't have to trade a guy that's got a contract, but it's a big contract. You might want to move it. And with his age and everything, it might be something they do. Imagine depends on the demand for him. If there's a high demand for him, can pretty much guarantee Gallagher will get moved. If they're doing the rebuild, which they have not said yet, but I still assume they will. All right, I'm going to take off in a minute. There, Lucas got it up there. Gally said he didn't sign long term to sit through a rebuild. So that to me sounds like a guy that will be moving if they do a rebuild. Babe, I gotta believe that, yeah. But they may say, listen, we'll give you your wish. I would think if they get a good offer, they will. And if you keep Anderson, you got a guy like that, and in the young Raphael Harvey Pinard, you have another guy coming up that's supposed to be a lot along those lines. So, I can see them moving Gally. Remember, after all, it's a business. If Gally goes, you go. Well, I've never said, listen, I love my Montreal Canadiens. I love this logo, right? And I never loved the Canadiens only for the names on the back of the sweaters. I love the Canadiens for this logo. And then, you know what I mean? So, no, I'll never say that about a player to say, well, if they get rid of him, no. Because it wouldn't be the truth. Of course, I'm going to still watch my team. But I mean, listen, you do what you do. Right? That's what can you do? All right, I'm taking off here. I'll see you in about 17 minutes. 17 minutes, I'll be back for the actual game. That's at 8 o'clock. So, so please give a thumbs up on the way out if you haven't yet. I'd appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate that too. And if you did subscribe just to talk, well, you can always unsubscribe if you don't want to keep it. It's just, so that's up to you as well. Okay, I'll see you soon. Stay safe for the next 16 minutes, and I'll see you. Peace out, and I'll see you in 16 minutes. Bye, everybody. Thanks for being here.